Okay. Okay, today we're talking about easy pace. Okay. So 3 things that we're going to talk about is number 1, why is it important? What is it? And when you should do it. So that's what we're going to cover. Why, what, and when. Okay, let's break it down. So, why is it important to run easy pace? Number 1 is at the end of the day, you need to be able to recover from your strong efforts. So, you have to be incorporating your easy runs to be able to recover and then progress faster. So, you can't just be doing hard effort after hard effort after hard effort. You're not going to actually like soak up all of that training and get faster. You're just going to break down your body, and you can risk getting injured. Okay. So then if you recover well from one of your easy runs, then it allows you to actually dig deeper into that next harder workout. So that's why you want those easy paces, those easy run days in there. And then overall, it is going to improve your endurance. So we want to practice at a slower pace, being able to run longer and run farther, so that then it makes that 5K easier. It makes that half marathon, it makes that marathon easier when you have practiced running at a long distance for a easy pace. Okay. So then what is easy pace? What is conversational pace is oftentimes how I refer it and how other people do. So conversation pace isn't like me talking a mile a minute and being able to like feel like it's super easy. Usually it's where you can have a conversation kind of back and forth, and it kind of feels a little bit hard and you kind of feel a little bit out of breath. So if you were calling somebody on the phone and you were running and talking, they would be able to tell that you are working out or you're doing a hard effort or you're running, because you're kind of breathing a little bit heavy and talking at the same time. So you should be able to have the conversation, but it shouldn't be so easy like I'm doing right now. And typically you are not going to be able to find this within the first like 2 weeks. Usually, depending on your running background, you'll find it within like 2 to 6 weeks. So those first 2 weeks of training, when you're getting back up to running, it's going to feel hard. It's going to feel a little bit strained, and you're not going to be able to necessarily find that easy pace, because it's going to feel hard. You're getting back into running, your body's adjusting. So if you don't find that conversational pace within those first 2 weeks, that's totally fine. Just you got to be a little patient. So slower than race pace. You shouldn't feel like an all-out sprint, a hard effort. And the longer you've been in running, the easier it will be able to find it. So you kind of have to play around. You might make some mistakes. Don't worry about it. You'll get there. Okay, so how should you actually be able to find it? So a couple things is run without your phone. Don't look at the pace. Just try, and running is a great tool to learn more about your body. So ignore your phone, ignore your watch. Just focus on how are you feeling? Are you feeling strained? Are you feeling more relaxed? Are your arms and legs just kind of flowing? Do you feel strained? How is your breathing? So check in with yourself and test to see how you feel. Some days you'll feel a little bit different, and you'll kind of be able to narrow in what your easy pace is at. And over time, your easy pace is going to change. You're not always going to be at a 10-minute easy pace or 11:30 or a 8-minute pace. It'll depend on your endurance over time. Run with a friend, so you can actually have that conversation, and then you can also kind of test out. It kind of takes your mind off of thinking about it too much. So if you've just been thinking about it over and over again, sometimes you can overthink about it, and then you're just completely lost. So run with a friend. Even listening to music kind of just helps you zone out for a little bit. A more technical thing is, if you know your heart rate, it's about 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. But again, I shouldn't say again, that's not always going to be 100% accurate. It can vary person to person. So that's like a guideline, but not like a hard fast rule. And then actually try talking out loud. Don't do this when you're passing by people. They'll think you're a little crazy. But do it when you're on a run. See if you can actually have that conversation and test out and see how that feels. Okay, so quick breakdown. Easy pace is important so that you're not getting injured and you're recovering properly to then have those harder efforts later on. What is it? It's also called conversational pace. You'll find it 2 to 6 weeks. And then tips on how to find it: run without your phone, run with a friend, actually have that conversation out loud. Hope this helped.